See, the thing about a story like this is you gotta know where to look. Everybody's talking about the glitter and the gold, the sold-out stadiums and the private jets. But the real juice, the true heat, that's always in the numbers. And when you look at the 2025 scoreboard down under in Australia, there's a cold truth staring back at you that money and fame can't buy. Taylor Swift is not just a pop star over there. She's a force of nature, a whole damn religion. For the third year running, the woman has locked down the top spot on Spotify's Wrapped list, a feat that just doesn't happen by accident. You got to wonder what kind of spell she's cast on a whole country, what kind of secret handshake they got going on. It's a bigger deal than just selling records.
By the way, welcome to Celebrity Hip Hop Showroom, where hip hop and celebrity drama never sleep. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it.
This is about total cultural dominance, a grip so tight on the collective Australian ear that nobody else can even breathe the same air. Think about it. She's sitting at the top, head and shoulders above everyone else, including the biggest hitters from the North American scene: Drake, Morgan Wallen, The Weeknd, Billie Eilish. Those are heavyweight names, world champions, and she's treating them like warm-up acts. But here's where the plot thickens, where you gotta lean in close, because it ain't all about Tay-Tay's empire. Right under the surface of all that global superstar noise, the local heroes and the wild card tracks are telling a different, more complicated story. A story that smells more like the streets and the lounge room than the concert stage. You see, while the life of a Showgirl album was busy breaking every ARIA chart record known to man, 14 #1 albums for a female artist, biggest first-week streams ever, vinyl sales that looked like a bank heist, and her single, The Fate of Ophelia, going straight to the top like a bullet. Australians were also digging into some surprising darkness. That's the real mystery, the human stuff, the push and pull between the mega glamour and the raw vulnerability. Imagine this for a second. The most streamed song of the whole year, the one everybody had on repeat, wasn't one of Swift's 12 tracks that swept the entire ARIA singles chart top 12 when the album dropped. Think about that for a second. 12 spots, all hers, a never-before-seen feat of power. But the song that truly captured the nation's heart belonged to a guy named Alex Warren, a TikToker turned singer, and the track was called Ordinary. Ordinary. That title alone should stop you in your tracks. While the whole country was riding the high of Swift's glorious, triumphant showgirl life, the fame, the love, the success she writes about in her chart toppers, their actual day-to-day soundtrack was this raw tune about just being, well, ordinary. It's a gut punch of a contrast, telling you exactly what people are really craving. It's the sound of the underdog, the quiet kid in the corner suddenly screaming loud enough for a whole continent to hear him. It snuck past Gracie Abrams, that's so true, and even Billie Eilish's chilling Birds of a Feature. What's secret in that song made 12.5 million Aussies, which is half their whole population, hit play again and again. It's not the flash, it's the lack of it, the simple, relatable struggle that hits home when you're scrolling through a feed full of manufactured perfection. This is where the story gets real. And the album chart? Forget about it. It's another twist nobody saw coming. We just talked about Swift's record-breaking Showgirl album, right? You'd bet your last dollar it would be the #1 album. But nope. The biggest album of the year on Australian Spotify was the soundtrack to a Netflix animation called K-Pop Demon Hunters. A soundtrack. After dominating the Netflix rankings in the second half of 2025, the accompanying recording took the crown. You got people streaming an album with a title like K-Pop Demon Hunters more than anything else. What does that tell you? It says they're hooked on escapism, on the weird, wild, high-energy fantasy that comes from a show about K-pop stars who secretly hunt demons. It's a massive cultural mashup, proving that in this new world of streaming, a successful show can turn an OST into the biggest music event of the year, beating out the biggest names in the business. It shows the power of the visual, the connection between what they watch and what they listen to, a link that is only getting stronger. And that is a terrifying thought for any artist who only sells music. This anime pop phenomenon is a dark horse that rode straight past all the thoroughbreds. You can't predict this stuff. You can only watch it happen. Now let's talk about the local legends, because this is where the Australian heart truly beats. And honestly, the result here is the most shocking of all. The most streamed homegrown artist for the entire year was The Wiggles. The Wiggles. Let that sink in. The children's music group, the guys who sing about hot potato and fruit salad, are bigger than anyone else born and bred in Australia. They beat out the Kid Laroi, the young global rap sensation, whose album The First Time was, thankfully, the most streamed. Homegrown LP. But still, the overall most popular is a group whose target audience is, 5 years old? Does this mean all those Australian Spotify accounts are secretly controlled by toddlers? Or is there a deeper level of nostalgia and sheer chaotic fun that adults are leaning into? Maybe in a world of complex, stressful, and often disappointing adult life, the simple, undeniable happiness of a Wiggles track is the ultimate antidote. It's the comfort food of music, and it shows that deep down, a huge chunk of the population just wants to go back to a simpler time, to a hot potato and a wiggle. It's a powerful, almost ridiculous symbol of the national mood. The gap between the Wiggles and the Kid Laroi is the story of two different Australias. The one that cherishes the innocence and the one that embraces the rough, global hustle. Right behind them sits AC/DC, a pillar of Aussie rock, proving that the old school still has teeth. Their power-up tour is setting stadiums on fire, and their dominance in the top throwback songs, pre-2000, is absolute. They've swept the top 3 with Thunderstruck, Highway to Hell, and Back in Black. These aren't just songs, they're monuments. They are the sound of the country's backbone, the loud, uncompromising truth of rock and roll that refuses to fade. They are the past that is still absolutely crushing the present. Imagine a playlist that jumps from a Wiggles nursery rhyme to an Alex Warren ballad about being ordinary, then explodes into Thunderstruck before calming down for a K-pop Demon Hunter track. That is the wild, messy, beautiful truth of Australian listening in 2025, a place where everything exists all at once in a beautiful, confusing mess. And as all this madness plays out down under, the whole world is bowing to a different king. Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican reggaeton superstar, is still the one calling the shots on the global stage. He hit #1 on the global top artist tally for 2025 with over 19.8 billion streams worldwide. You heard that right, billion with a B. It's the 4th time he's ruled the global stream count, after 2020, 2021, and 2022. He lost the crown for a year, probably took a short break, and now he's snatched it right back. That kind of sustained global success, especially coming from an artist singing primarily in Spanish, is a story that still feels impossible, a testament to the fact that music truly has no borders now. He's bigger than the language, bigger than the geography, an unstoppable culture-shifting phenomenon. The numbers are staggering, a sign that the Latin music explosion is not a trend, it's the new normal. So you got Taylor Swift owning Australia like she was born there, Alex Warren proving that the ordinary can be extraordinary, K-pop Demon Hunters showing that a Netflix series can sell an album better than a rock star, the Wiggles proving that sometimes all you need is a hot potato, and Bad Bunny proving that he is the undisputed champion of the world. It's a twisted, unbelievable tapestry of tastes, all woven together by the fact that half of Australia's population, about 12.5 million people, are hitting play on Spotify every single month. That's a huge, powerful audience, a listening public that is constantly sending a loud, clear message about what moves them, what comforts them, and what makes them want to dance. The truth is, the story of 2025 isn't just about the biggest name. It's about the shocking truth of who they're listening to when they think no one is watching, the strange little secrets hidden in their Spotify Wrapped, the ordinary songs and the cartoon demon slayers that keep them company in the dark. It's a beautiful kind of chaos, and it makes you wonder what impossible thing will be #1 next year. What new secret obsession will rise up from the streets to take over the world. The only thing you can be sure of is that Taylor Swift will probably still be in the running, because some forces, you just can't stop them. You can only wait to see what they do next. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.